Nick Horlin and Jim Watt, after our MC, John MacDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to the Phones for You Arena here in the great city of Manchester, England. Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Sport proudly presents a night of World Championship Boxing, sponsored here by Iconic Bet and Scott's Menswear. We are live on Sky Sports, continuing to bring you the very best ringside seat in the business. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fight Night Live! All the officials have been appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, so now let's get the action underway. 10 rounds of boxing for the English Lightweight Championship and an eliminator for the British welterweight title and the Lord Lonsdale's Challenge belt. The officials appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control. Our area and steward in charge is Mr. Al Hayes, Inspectors Steve Finesse, Barry Coulson, Robin Smith, Darren Sargerson, Kirk Haslam, Richard Thomas and Alan Austerhow. Medical officers are Dr. Sahu, Dr. Lamb and Dr. Lindsay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have at the bell our timekeeper, Mr. Gary Brennan, and when the action begins, the judges in charge of the scoring are Mr. Richie Davis of All Hallows, Mr. Terry O'Connor of Birmingham, and Mr. Dave Paris of Leeds. When the bell rings and the action begins, your referee in charge of the action is Mr. Steve Gray of Fleetwood. So now, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Introducing to you the challenger fighting out of the blue corner wearing the black trunks. He weighed in at 9 stone, 8 pounds, 11 ounces. A perfect, undefeated record of 15 contests. 15 wins, 3 inside the scheduled distance. He is the reigning Central Area Lightweight Champion from Lyndon St Anne's, Scotty Cardle! And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, is the champion. Wearing the black trunks trimmed with gold and weighing in at 9 stone, 7 pounds, 15 ounces, 12 fight record, 11 wins, 3 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 defeat. He is the reigning and defending English lightweight champion from Sunderland, Kirk Goodings! So, time to get the action underway then. 10 rounds of boxing for the English Lightweight Championship and the eliminator for the British Lightweight title. And, of course, the Lord Lonsdale's Challenge belt. Here we go!
Okay, boys, if I call break, you've got to take 1 step back. Don't let any of your punches go in the back of the head. And most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, boys.
And what a terrific way to kick off the new season as well. A real 50-50 fight this. Kirk Goodings, the defending champion, who won his title just under a year ago and has since defended it as well against the unbeaten prospect, Scotty Cardle. This is one of those fights, the more people you talk to, the more opinions you hear. They reckon it's a real good one. Could go either way. Certainly you talk to Joe Gallagher, Scotty Cardle's trainer, he'll admit he's worried about this one. Goodings, a very, very decent prospect, and all you need to know about Kirk Goodings is that he comprehensively outboxed the former Commonwealth champion, Paul Ruskell. Oh, Cardle explodes inside the first few seconds.
Yeah, Goodings walked right onto the left hook there. He was getting punches of his own off at the time, trying to make an early impression. The legs are not steady, but there's a title on the line. Steve Gray has allowed him to continue. And he's in bad shape.
Cardle is going for the finish here. Can Goodings survive? Caught stone cold, trying to get the head clear. Cardle pouring it on. And Goodings is stopped inside a minute. Sensational from Scotty Cardle. What a start to the season. What a start from Scotty Cardle. Disaster for Kirk Goodings, who doesn't know where he is now.
Well, a couple of times when talking about Scotty Cardle as a prospect, we have mentioned his lack of punching power. But tonight he showed terrific punching power, a beautiful left hook. You know, just caught that Goodings coming forward, and if you just remember that his performance against Paul Appleby, his other stoppage on his card, That was a terrific performance from him. Nobody saw that one coming, as you said, Nick. A real 50-50 match, a real pick-em. But what a tremendous performance from Scotty Cardle. Right off the mark early, concentration was good, his chin was down, and unfortunately you couldn't say the same for young Goodings. He got caught cleanly, badly shaken, and never really recovered from that shot.
Well, let's have a look at this knockdown. We're just starting to get warmed up, ready for 10 rounds, and suddenly this happened.
Just walked right onto the shot, getting his own punches off. He was vulnerable. Defences had scattered already. I saw the left hook going in early, but it seems to have been the right uppercut was the punch that did the damage. That was a beauty. But he knew, during the 8 count that Goodings hadn't recovered, so he pounced, poured the punches, didn't bother too much about accuracy. He knew he was probably one clean shot away from the finish. That left the referee with no choice but to step in and stop the action. Terrific performance. Feel sorry for young Goodings, just didn't get himself into the fight. Caught cold, I think is the phrase we use. But there you go, that's the game we're in.
And yeah, Kirk Goodings really was blown away by a guy who'd only had 3 stoppages, and the word on Scotty Cardle is he didn't have power to move up the levels. Might want to think that one again, because Scotty showed timing, precision, power and ruthlessness tonight. Biggest win of his career.
Ladies and gentlemen, 46 seconds of the first round. Referee Steve Gray has stopped this contest. Goodings in no position to continue, therefore your winner. And a new English lightweight champion and the winner of the British title eliminator from Livingston Lands, the undefeated Scotty Cardle. And now to present the championship belt, our supervisor in charge, Alistair Hayes.
Yeah, what a terrific moment for Scotty Cardle, winning that English belt and winning an eliminator for a shot at the British title, which is a fight that could get staged here in Manchester. Terry Flanagan, the southpaw from Manchester, currently holding that belt, and Joe Gallagher there next to Scotty Cardle. I said, Jim, he was worried about this fight. What on earth was he worried about?
Yeah, well, it was, as you said, a 50-50 match, but not when you land that kind of punch early. I mean, the lightweight division basically is wide open simply because the top guys in the division are chasing bigger prizes, so the door is wide open. Well, it's open even wider for Scotty Cardle. I mean, that's a couple of terrific performances, the one I've mentioned already with Appleby, and this one again tonight. He's well ready to box for the British title.
And I'll tell you something, because he has been criticised in the past for just sort of buzzing around and winning fights handily against opponents who aren't as good as him, but whenever we've seen him step up, Maxie Hughes tested him for the Central Area title, Paul Appleby you mentioned, now this tonight. If he's got a live opponent in front of him, we see a whole new Scotty Cardle. Yeah,
but I think with maturity as well, but when he starts sitting down in his punches, just slowing down, he's probably been nipping around too fast in the past. He'll find more power.
Well, our man at ringside is Ed Robinson.
Well, Scotty, congratulations. What a great way to open the show live on TV. That was supposed to be a 50-50 fight. It certainly didn't look that way once the first bell rang.
No, not at all. Well, at the end of the day, I was expecting a 10 rounds. His nickname is Bulletproof at the end of the day, so I was expecting to go the distance, but I caught him sweet and it just finished it there and then.
Was one perfect shot. Was he caught cold a little bit?
No, not at all. Well, obviously he was nice and his movement was good and that, but yeah, I just caught him sweet and that was it more or less, yeah.
Your record beforehand, I think it was 3 stoppage wins in 15 straight victories, and people were starting to say maybe he can't punch that hard. You've proved something tonight.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I've always known I can punch. I've came from the GB squad and I've been stood up tall a lot, and I'm starting to plant my feet more, and the shots are coming now, so I'm looking forward to making some noise.
Trainer Joe Gallagher, did he make some noise this evening?
Huge noise. First of all, I want to thank Shane Singleton for all his hard work and sparring for this fight. It was absolutely fantastic. Listen, so pleased for Scott Cardle. He arrived on the domestic scene tonight with a great first-round knockout. What more can you ask for? It perfect, and the new.
It was the eliminator as well for the British title, held by Terry Flanagan from Manchester. Is that the fight you want next, Scotty?
Well, yeah, we'll just have to see how it comes. I could defend this once, but if it is the next fight, then I'll be well prepared for that, definitely.
Mo Teddy Hearn, is that the plan?
I'd love to see him fight Terry Flanagan. Scott's gone under the radar a little bit, 15 fights, learning his trade, and tonight was his first real step up, the first real test, and he's just blown the division wide open. Really made a big statement. Roll on the British title. Cardle against Flanagan's a great fight.
Well done tonight.
Wow, big smile on your face, Paul.
Yeah.
Last than we expected. 15 fights, he done knock 3 out. Not known as a banger. Kept saying he caught him sweet.
He did. He caught him sweet. It was a lovely shot, you know. Left hook, right uppercut, right after. But I don't think Goodings seen it coming. He was throwing his own shots as well, and that's the main time when you're gonna get, you know, you're gonna get caught clean. A big smile on my face because he's obviously my friend and my gym mate as well, but it's nice to see him finally getting a little bit of recognition, a little bit of praise for what he does, because he is a quality fighter. He spent years and years on the GB squad, as he said, and now he is starting to settle his feet a little bit, and that was a lovely uppercut.
Beautiful uppercut. What did Goodings do wrong, Jamie?
When you're punching at the same time as somebody who's got hands as quick as Scotty Cardle, you're wide open, you're going to get nailed. And as Scotty said there in his interview, he's learning to plant his feet more. When you spend a lot of time with the amateur squads, you know, when he first turned pro, he seemed to be trying to be too fast, and now he's settled down a little bit more. He's planting his feet, and he's punching harder, definitely.
Goodings also didn't do himself any favours. Doubled the impact, putting the pressure on Cardle straight away.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to not feel sorry for someone like that, you know, in defence of Goodings, because he just walked onto a lovely shot. He didn't see it coming. He walked onto a great uppercut, well executed, fast, sharp, with a good bit of power behind it, planting his feet. And that's boxing. You get caught. He shouldn't be too disarmed about that. But it's a great win for Scott Cardle. I was expecting that to be one of the fights of the night and to be a very, very good fight.
I think we all got the sweets and drinks out, ready for a long night. What next? It's an elimination for the British title. Is in the mix.
I'd like to see him fight Terry Flanagan. I think it'd be a cracking fight. I'd rate Terry Flanagan. He's a very good fighter. He's an avoided fighter, but Scott would take that in a heartbeat. But again, you know, that's 13 fights now for Scott. He's still technically only still learning his trade, and it'll take a while. But I know if it comes up, he'll take it in a heartbeat. He'll have that fight in his next fight, no problem.
It wouldn't be too early for him then. If he's saying technically.
Listen, let me tell you now, in the lightweight division, Teddy Flanagan's his name is a swear word. You know, he's avoided like the plague, and I'd like to see Scotty. Listen, I'm not saying he wouldn't be competitive, but at this stage of his career, I think he needs 2 or 3 more fights at English and just below British level before he's ready for that fight.
He's now in the mix now.
He's in the mix, but you know, you want to go into that fight confident that you're going to win, and I wouldn't be confident he'd win. I'd be confident that I'd be very competitive, but I think you need 2 or 3 more fights to get settled at that, because listen, like he said in the interview, he's settling his feet more and he's becoming more of a professional rather than an amateur, and I'd like to see him have 2 or 3 more fights to develop more into a professional.
Okay, Cardle right in the mix at British title.